Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Gabrielle Ray and I present cases of unsolved homicides, missing persons, and the unidentified. Today I'll be doing something a little bit different and I'm going to be covering 3 homicide cases that do not have very much information on them, but we still need to get their names and their cases out there anyway. Today I'll be going over the cases of Tremaine Newton, Ruben Maldonado, and Chester Caruthers. Tremaine Newton was from West Haven, Connecticut, and was found deceased on June 12, 2009. He is a black male who was born on March 21, 1989. He was 20 years old and his nickname was Twin. He was found dead in his car near the commuter parking lot of exit 42 off of Interstate 95 in West Haven around 11:30 p.m. He was in his front seat of his Chrysler Concorde, which was pushed down an embankment from the parking lot into an area of thick brush. He was shot in the back of the head several times and pushed into a ditch. His family suspects that he was a victim of a random armed robbery, and State Police, New Haven Police, and Bridgeport Police are all working together on this case. He was taken away from us. That could never be replaced by anything, says his mother, Mindy Richardson. The family is asking for funds contributed for a headstone and also for a reward fund. He is the 10 of hearts in the Connecticut cold case cards. Unfortunately, that is all the information I could gather on this case. But it is still important to remember that there is still no justice served for this family and for Tremaine. If you or anybody you know have any information on this case, please contact the Connecticut State Police at 203-696-2500. The cold case unit tip line is 860-548-0606. And if you want to write to the cold case unit, it is P.O. Box 962 in Rocky Hill, Connecticut, 06067. This case is unfortunately so open-ended that anything could have happened to cause his death. And it is so unfortunate that I even have to talk about these cases because they shouldn't have happened. And this violence just needs to end and justice needs to be brought to the heartbroken family. It has been 11 years and nobody has been brought to justice for this crime. And I believe that somebody out there knows something. And if you are that person, please do not hesitate to call the Connecticut State Police Department or the cold case unit. Ruben Maldonado was found deceased on May 7th, 2013 in Newark, Delaware. He was a Latino and white male, and he was 46 years old. Police responded to a shooting in the area of 758 Christiana Road. Police found him lying motionless in front of a building. He was transported to the hospital and later found dead. His cause of death was a gunshot wound to the upper body, and police are investigating robbery as a possible motive. Witnesses were actually able to assist with a composite sketch to the police. The suspect is a black male, height 5'7" to 5'10", with a dark complexion and around 200 pounds. Unfortunately, that is all the information I could find on the death of Ruben Maldonado, but it is important to remember that he still needs closure. This family still needs closure and an answer to why their loved one is deceased. If you or anybody you know have any information on this case, please do not hesitate to contact the Cold Case Homicide Squad directly. You can contact Detective Brian Shahan at 302-395-2781 or Glenn Davis at 302-395-8216. Or you could submit a tip via the website on nccde.org that I will link in the description box below. And you could also call Crime Stoppers at 800-TIP-3333. or visit the Facebook account for the Newcastle Police Department. This is another open-ended case where absolutely anything could have happened. And unfortunately, we cannot even begin to draw conclusions on what happened in this case because there is so little information. And although there is little information, these cases are still very, very important. Chester Caruthers was found deceased on May 13th, 1981, in Harrison, Maine. He was a white male who was 16 at the time of his disappearance. He was reported missing by his mother on August 13th, 1976, when she hadn't seen her son in 2 weeks. 5 years later, his body was discovered behind a home off of Route 35 in Harrison, Maine. And unfortunately, the news at the period of time was not filled with this discovery because of the shooting of Pope John Paul II on the same day. This case, unfortunately, is only mentioned in passing with other cases, and not much information has been provided about this death, but it is classified as a homicide. No suspect has ever been named in this homicide. Unfortunately, this is another open-ended case where answers are few and far between. And this family still needs justice, and this family still needs answers. If you or anybody you know have any information on the death of Chester Caruthers, please do not hesitate to contact the Maine State Police at 1-800-228-0857. The in-state fax number is 207-624-7076, and the out-of-state fax is 207-657-5748. Though there is very little information on these cases, a lot could be drawn for conclusions in this, and I just believe that no matter how big or how small the information may be on the internet and to the public, these cases still need to be talked about, and knowledge still needs to be retained from these cases. And I know that somebody out there knows something about these, and I really hope that this reaches the right person. It's been so many years since all of these murders, and nobody has come forward and nobody has been charged. And that right there just breaks my heart. And if the right person sees this, you're doing somebody a justice by coming forward and saying what you know. It's been so long, and I can't even imagine holding on to such horrible information that you know will help a family out, but you just won't say it. I understand people are scared, and I understand that sometimes people are in fear of their own lives, but you can remain completely anonymous when giving the information, and nobody will know. I seriously hope that one day these cases are solved and that I can do an update video on these cases, and something good will come out of doing all of this, because I really believe that somebody out there just knows something, and that could be the key piece to coming forward and telling who did this to these 3 people. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you have a great night.